Now here's a look at tonight's top stories. Freezing temperatures are causing big concern for North State citrus growers. With overnight temperatures dropping into the lower 20s, crops are in danger of freezing and even bursting. The season for mandarin oranges is quickly coming to a close. Farmers are now worried about the conditions of their next crop of navel oranges.
The Butte County man accused of stabbing his wife to death could spend the rest of his life behind bars. Stephen Zorn, sentenced to 25 years to life in prison this morning after pleading no contest to murder charges. Zorn stabbed his wife, 42-year-old Catherine Allen, to death in their Palermo home back in October. The 52-year-old first pleaded not guilty to the charge, but changed his plea 2 weeks later.
In Norway today, President Obama became the first sitting U.S. president in 90 years and the third ever to win the Nobel Peace Prize. In accepting the award today, Obama acknowledged his accomplishments are few compared to some others who have gotten the award, but he promised to use the award to make the world better. Obama also stressed the need to work toward peace while also justifying war in some cases and firmly vowed to protect and defend the United States.
In Washington today, a Democrat and a Republican teamed up to try and move forward the very slow process of fixing health care.
Their idea, letting you shop around for your own medical plan while your boss pays for it. Tracy Potts has more.
Jerry and Kelly, this health insurance exchange was originally supposed to be for people who don't have health insurance at work, but this idea would also open it up to those who do.
Stop now, don't give up the fight!
Healthcare is a human right.
Frustration over the long health care debate. Today, a Democrat and a Republican pitched this idea. Let companies give workers vouchers to shop the new insurance exchange for a cheaper plan than their employer offers. The boss gets a tax break and workers can pocket the change tax-free.
What we want to do is make sure that Americans have the choice to have a choice.
People over 55 may get a choice to buy into Medicare early, a compromise for scaling back government insurance.
If you add 15 million new people to Medicare, what you're going to have is 50% of them aren't going to find a primary care physician to care for them.
Proposed Medicare cuts only affect Medicare Advantage, those managed care plans that 4 out of 5 seniors don't use.
We don't think that 80% of the population who qualify for Medicare ought to bear the financial burden of financing a benefit they never get.
Republicans question why taxes on insurance companies and others would start 4 years before any new benefits kick in.
It's like buying a car and paying on it for 4 years, but not getting the car for 4 years.
Under the Senate plan, new health options wouldn't start until 2014.
Also pitched today by a Republican and a Democrat, an idea that would let American drug companies bring FDA-approved medications into this country from other nations like Canada, where they're cheaper. From Washington, I'm Tracy Potts, NBC 24 Action News. Jerry and Kelly.
A startling statistic now, 1 in 6 Americans has been hit by the H1N1 flu. 1 in 6. That's according to the Centers for Disease Control. That comes to a grand total of 50 million Americans. According to the new numbers, nearly 200,000 have been hospitalized and nearly 10,000 have died since the outbreak started in April. 1,100 of those deaths were children.
Many times more children and younger adults, unfortunately, had been hospitalized or killed by H1N1 influenza than occurs during a usual flu season.
All right, some good news. More of the vaccine is now available and cases seem to be declining, but flu season typically lasts through May. The CDC reported the death rate from H1N1 is 4 times higher for American Indians and Alaskan Natives than for other Americans. That's because of underlying health conditions like diabetes and asthma. Tama County public health officials are targeting high school students with their latest H1N1 clinic. The health department is holding a vaccination clinic at Red Bluff High tomorrow from 12:30 to 5:30. A second clinic is on Monday at Corning High School from 11:30 to 5:30. Health officials say they will also vaccinate siblings and family members who are eligible for the vaccine.
Christmas is right around the corner, and many families are headed to the mall to see Santa Claus. But with swine flu going around, should you be worried about walking away with more than just a picture and a memory? Action News reporter Elizabeth Gadley looked into how risky the ritual is for both your kids and for Santa.
Sitting on Santa's lap is a Christmas tradition for many families. But with the threat of swine flu, could visiting jolly old St. Nick come with the risk of getting sick?
I think if you get too worried about it, then you're going to be, not go anywhere, even leave your house. So you can't be a little bit too concerned.
Crystal Robinson took her daughter to see Santa. Robinson says getting to see her little girl on Santa's lap is worth the risk. Reading pediatrician Lloyd Bramer doesn't think it's something parents should be too worried about.
I don't have any particular concerns any more than visiting school or going shopping at the regular grocery stores or even your regular department stores.
Many malls are taking precautions of their own to ensure they're spreading holiday cheer, not the flu virus. At the Mount Shasta Mall, they've put up hand sanitizer stations.
And everybody is pretty in tune to using them these days. So we have them available to everybody, and we've had no problems.
Dr. Bremer says Santa's the one who should be worried about catching swine flu.
When you're going to take 500 children and sit them on his lap, there's going to be a certain degree of risk that comes from being exposed, like being in a plane.
Dr. Bremer says getting the swine flu vaccine is the best defense for anyone.
To keep Santa safe. And in case he's watching today, I have a vaccine for him if he's willing.
Your kids are probably more likely to get sick at school than they are sitting on Santa's lap. And as for Santa himself, swine flu concerns don't seem to be keeping him away. In Reading, I'm Elizabeth Gadley, Action News.
Now, Jolly Santa will be at the Mount Shasta Mall and the Chico Mall 7 days a week. You can even bring your pet to get a picture with St. Nick Wednesday nights at the Mount Shasta Mall and Monday nights at the Chico Mall.